All right, so the first thing that you need to understand as we journey towards the base 12 version of pi is the answer to the question, what is the real difference between base 10 and base 12 geometry? So I'm here to tell you that the real difference lies in the division of the 1. It's not so much counting in groups of 10 or 12, but it's in the dividing up of the 1 into tenths or twelfths, where the real difference between the two types of geometry lies. So I'm going to illustrate that point by showing you a square with 1 by 1 sides. Here it is in base 10. You can see there's 10 little squares along the side of 1. And here we have a base 12 version of the same square, so we have 12 little squares along the side of 1. And it seems in this example that the base 10 square is smaller than the base 12 square. The base 12 square is bigger. So this is a little bit misleading because in this example it's the point 1 that's actually the same size. So what we want to do now is create two squares that are the same size and then divide 1 into tenths and 1 into twelfths. So we do that now. I'm using the graph paper again to start, and then we're going to convert from this 12 by 12 square, have a square that's the same size, and then start dividing it up into tenths. So you can see, first of all, we can cut those sides in half. That's the same in both base 10 and base 12, but when we divide that half further, in base 10 we have to divide it into fifths. In base 12 it's in sixths. So half of 1 in base 12 is 0.6. Half of 1, of course, in base 10 is 0.5. So that's the first example. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to start with a 10 by 10 square, same size, and then we're going to divide it into 12. So again, we go through the process of halving and quartering the circle, and then we can see, again, perhaps even easier, that those units in base 12 are smaller. 12th is a smaller size unit than in base 10. So this is the important thing to remember. On the Cartesian plane in base 12, we're dealing with smaller sized units. So as we continue to go forward and approach this idea of base 12 pi, remember pi is basically a whole lot of decimal places. All of those decimal places are going to be different sized units as we figure out how to divide the diameter of this circle into its circumference. Okay, so I hope you can join me for the future videos as we go farther into this idea of base 12 pi. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.